met at 24, and he was the kind of man who remembered things. What you ordered the first time you went to a restaurant together, the name of your childhood dog, the offhand thing you said 3 months ago that you'd already forgotten saying. And that's what got me. Not his looks, not the charm, the fact that he paid attention. Because I had grown up watching my parents share a house the way two people share an office, polite and functional, and completely sealed off from each other. And I had always assumed that was just what love settled into eventually. So when he came along, I thought I had been wrong about everything. The first sign was at his brother's wedding, watching him give a speech, and from across the room I felt something I couldn't name. Not love, I already felt that. More like distance. Like I was watching him through glass. Like he was wonderful, and I was already somewhere else observing. And I dismissed it, drank another glass of wine, danced until midnight, but the feeling never left. What nobody tells you about falling out of love is that it doesn't feel like falling. It feels like forgetting. You forget to reach for his hand. You forget why something he does used to make you laugh. And then one day it makes you feel nothing, and then faintly irritated. And you don't know when any of those transitions happened. He asked me twice if something was wrong, and I said I was tired, and I said work was hard, and both things were true, and neither was the answer to the question he was actually asking. And he believed me because he wanted to. And I let him believe me because telling the truth meant burning something down, and I didn't have the courage for that yet. So instead I kept performing, kept taking the photos, the trip to Portugal, his hand in mine above Lisbon, Christmas with his family, Valentine's Day flowers I didn't expect, posting all of it, reading the comments, feeling like a fraud, posting the next one anyway. There was one ordinary night where he fell asleep on the couch, and I sat in the dark looking at him and finally admitted what I had known for 14 months. That he was a genuinely good man, and I was slowly ruining him by staying, letting him build a future on something I had quietly vacated. And I left 2 weeks later, and he didn't understand. He thought it came from nowhere, because the photos had told him we were solid right up until the morning I said we weren't. And that is the thing I still carry. Not that I left. Leaving was probably the only honest thing I did that whole last year, but that I made him feel blindsided by something I had been watching arrive for over a year. I've thought a lot about what that makes me, and I don't think I was a bad person. I think I was a scared one. I think I stayed because leaving felt like destruction, and I told myself that protecting the structure was the same as caring about him. It wasn't. The most dishonest thing I ever did wasn't a single lie. It was a year of photographs, smiling, meaning it once, posting them long after I'd stopped.